Dalton Smith, Subriel Matias Post fight thoughts. Let's go.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex the livest one in the section. Fit the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
The really best 140 is here. No Teófimo, Pussy, no Ryan, Ryan, no Haney, Chicken, no Rolling. He's a joker.
¡Ay, mis amores! Yo estoy tan contenta porque ¿sabe quién vino a verme de maternillo? ¡Suriel! Mira, Subriel.
Rackety, para que sepa.
Tú me vas a enseñar, ¿verdad? A defenderme con esos ganchitos y
Poquito
eso.
a poco, porque ya tú tienes defensa propia.
Ay.
Vamos a hacer lo que se pueda.
Voy a raparte de coquito, papi.
Ay,
Rackety.
Poquito y pancha. Rackety.
Move! Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. All right, I just had to play that for those of you that didn't see that. I don't know. I just want to remind y'all. This guy, he was promoted as some sort of killer. He fought somebody, had a death in the ring. To me, there's a suspect cloud over that because the man has dabbed in the PED substance in the past. He found traces, certain levels of ostarine in his system leading up to this Dalton Smith fight. But it was below the allowable levels. I still don't like that. I mean, if your body doesn't produce it, it shouldn't be in your system, especially if it's a banned substance, okay? But whatever. Then I hear that there was some foolishness going on with his gloves and something like that. All right. But, shout out to the WBC, right? Right. Okay. So when this fight was announced, after he assured that Turkey Al-Sheikh, he showed to Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, that he's the high impact fighter, the exciting fighter that he wants to invest in. I guess to the degree he is. He's a fighter. He's clearly not a boxer. These come forward guys, they normally don't last too long. These come forward guys that'll eat 3 shots to land 1. Here's what you found out about Subriel Matias this evening. Here's what you found out. I just watched the fight. I didn't watch it live. I wasn't paying for this. I'll get into that some other time, but I just watched the replay. It's only 5 rounds. Shout out to Dalton Smith. He did his thing. But here's what you know about these guys like this. Historically, they don't last too long. And once they get found out, it's all downhill from there. It's over. It's pretty much over. It's over with. Dalton Smith beat him at his own game. It was clear in Subriel Matias' last fight that you can outbox this guy. All he does is walk forward. He's not a devastating puncher. He tries to swarm you and out-tough you and drain the life out of you. He's also what you call a spoiler. What you're good at doing, he tries to debunk it by tying you up and making the fight look ugly so you can succumb to what he's doing. Dalton Smith came in there and fought his fight. He fought Subriel Matias' fight, but beat him at his own game. He was a better boxer on the outside. He was a sharper puncher on the inside. He out-toughed him. Only thing about Dalton is you got to be careful with that because you cut easy, man. You cut kind of easy. On the outside looking in, if you buy the hype about Subriel Matias, I was listening to the announcers. It's a rare time that I listen to the commentary in a fight And they were just saying, hey, Dalton got to be careful right there on the inside. But what I noticed was every time Subriel did land something, Dalton fired right back. And just when you thought the round was going to get tipped in the favor of Subriel, Dalton got it right back. It seemed, I think it was by the end of round 4 that Dalton was getting a little fatigued. But here's what people don't notice. You see what happens, you have to be educated when you're watching a boxing match. When someone goes in there with a reputation of being a KO artist, or they're beating you in the head by saying, oh, this guy killed somebody in the ring, you're looking for him to do something special, and you're missing the work that his opponent is doing on him. First thing that I noticed was the jab was paying dividends. He was out jabbing Subriel. He was popping his head back. Second thing I noticed, those body shots took its toll. That netted him dividends also. So I'm watching these things. Now, it's always boxing. Subriel could have hit him with something and changed the whole fight or put his lights out, but I didn't see that happening. Whatever Subriel put out, Dalton dished it out also, and Subriel couldn't take it. It was pretty much a mirror match, but Dalton Smith had the edge. His hands were a little faster. His punches were a little sharper. They were both hitting each other. When the ref said break, it got dirty in there. And Dalton was right there with him. Now, if I'm a corner man, I would let him know, don't ever do that crap again. You're better than this guy. You can outbox Subriel Matias. I repeat, you can outbox Subriel Matias. But if you look at his last performance, and I believe if you go look at the Liam Paro fight, it became clear that you can outbox this guy. But what happens with most guys with styles like that walk forward? Going in reverse is pretty much losing the fight. Antonio Margarito, you put him on the back foot, he's pretty much done. Ricky Hatton, you put him on the back foot, he's pretty much done. All of these guys, you put these walk forward, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers guys that try and stalk you and land something. Those guys are one-trick ponies, man. Isak Cruz, he's a one-trick pony. All you got to do is box these guys. But tonight, what you saw was a guy that was willing to box, but he wasn't going to run in the pocket. Now, again, I don't recommend that to do it if you don't have to. This is one of those matchups where they could rematch immediately. I don't think Eddie Hearn is going to permit that, but if they rematch it, you can get a different outcome. I just wouldn't recommend that. Dalton was the better man tonight, and he was slightly smarter. Look, man. The year just started. As of right now, we're 11 days in. The year just started. And Subriel Matias is one of those fighters that you want to root for. But all of this stuff outside the ring, I'm hearing about gloves today, and I'm in the Osterine again. I'm sensitive to all of that stuff. So I just didn't support this event because of the fugazi behavior. And then when my phone starts blowing up again, that Dalton got the dub and stopped him in 5 rounds, I said, oh my gosh. And I just came home and I watched it. I said, wow, well done. Well done. Well done. As far as Subriel Matias is concerned, he's a one-trick pony. He could be our box. We've seen it before. And the jig is up. The jig is up. The reputation that they put on this guy, Subriel, he just got off and beat people that he was supposed to beat. But the cat's out the bag. People know how to fight this guy. And now you can see he can be out-toughed. He's a swarming puncher. He's not a devastating puncher. He don't have that one punch equalizer. He doesn't. He doesn't. All of these guys, you put them on the back foot, they get confused. Big Joe Joyce. All of these guys. So with these guys, I've seen Subriel Matias style before. It's only a matter of time. And I'm still not going to say, I'm not going to disrespect him Like how people like to disrespect certain fighters that they can't stand. You know, I'm not gonna say he's done. It's a KO loss. It happens. I'm not gonna say he should retire. I'm not gonna say that. He's an action fighter. And if you have a limited boxing IQ and you just like to see rock him, sock him, then next time he comes back to the ring, you watch Subriel Matias fight. You won't be disappointed. But if you start rooting for him, you will be disappointed when he gets those fighters that can use lateral movement and gets him punching fresh air. And he's getting tapped up, losing these rounds convincingly. That's going to be boring to you, but that's a sweet science to me. He needs to change his game. He needs to learn defense because his defense is horrible. He was getting hit with stuff, and I'm telling you, I don't care how great I don't care how like awesome you think your chin is. You can get stopped. Joe Joyce, he was the juggernaut because he had one of the best chins we've seen at heavyweight. And what happened? First, he got his eye lumped up, and then in the rematch, Zhilei Zhang put him to sleep. It happens. You can have the best chin in the world, but you got to protect it. That's boxing 101. You got to protect that chin. The human jaw is not meant to be hit. I don't know why this guy's going in and do that to themselves. Is Dalton Smith some sort of super KO artist? No, but you saw what happened tonight. Timing negates speed. That's another thing. Tortoise in the hair. If you know how to place your punches properly, you could do anything in there. I mean, this was ridiculous. This was a very defensively irresponsible fight for Subriel Matias. And to a degree, Dalton Smith, because he didn't have to do that. You can box this guy, Subriel, and beat him. What does he do next? I don't know. He's an action fighter. There's always going to be a market for guys like that. He's always going to find work on the mid-card levels, but you know, he can't lose 2 or 3 in a row. He can't, because then that'll be over with. And at this level of the game, there is no light work. So does he want a rematch? I don't know. I don't think Eddie Hearn will permit that. He wants to take Dalton Smith and start promoting him, and whoever's around 140, he's going to make it so he's going to mystify that whole thing and make you guys think that everyone's ducking Dalton Smith after he beat the killer in Subriel Matias. But the reality with Matias is he was an ass whooping waiting to happen, and we saw it tonight. I said that respectfully about Joe Joyce. I said, look, all that taking punching stuff, it sounds good, but he's going to get got eventually. Ricky Hatton, when he fought Floyd, he came back in his return bout against a man by the name of Juan Lascano, the Hispanic causing havoc. And Juan almost knocked him out with the same check left hook in the last round of their fight. I think it was the last round of their fight. Juan lost, but he was boxing Ricky. The cat was out the bag. All of these guys, Ruzin Pavatnikov, all of these come forward guys, when you start boxing these guys, you can beat them. And then when you start putting the bully on the back foot, it's over with. And Subriel, we've seen this before. So salute to Dalton Smith, man. Subriel Matias, I'd say go back to the drawing board, but unless you start boxing on your toes, this is the result. He's going to be a mid-card guy making decent money. And he's either going to win big or lose worse. And cheap shot. Shout out to last year, I had a Subriel Matias angry fan. They came to my comment section on my live stream. I wonder what you're doing now. Rhetorical question. I really don't care. Bronx on deck.